It is morning here in Sweden, and I am on my way to eat breakfast, but I want to talk to you in the same time. I only drink yogurt mixed with milk for breakfast to start with, and that what you can do if you can't eat in the morning. You need to take in something for your body in the morning to start your day. It's wrong to let the body starving until you can eat solid food. You can drink food for you. It's easier, but it's that make the body start the day. You should not wait until you can eat solid food. Today is it. I'm going to drink this that I have for breakfast. I eat about 2 hours from now. I eat some solid food because the body have wake up because I drinking this yogurt milk. It's Easter 2022 when I'm talking now, and it is I am thinking about this with the cross, that about what everything what celebrates in Easter time, and I want to talk about it. But first I want to thank you to listen at my podcast, and I'd be very surprised yesterday when very much of the episode was downloaded to someone. It was one person that download 42 episodes. So I thank you for that. You live in Frankfurt am Main. It's in Ruhrgebiet. The Ruhrgebiet. I have been there in Frankfurt am Main. I know where we live. And then is many
from Dublin in Ireland. And that I understand because there is some countries that have some more understanding about this with presence of beings that you can't see that is a body, but you understand that we are affected of spirits. And there, on Ireland there is many spiritual churches, but it's those churches I have been in that kind of church. We have it here in my city. I have been there sometimes, but that is about talking to people about their personal connection with the spirits. It's not about a message to the whole world. and they want money to do it. So it's a little different from me. You maybe pay for your app, but you don't pay for my podcast, because my podcast is free and I don't have any ads, because I don't want to make money of the gift God had given me, the gift to could talk to Him and talk to those that is in God's kingdom. I don't want to make money of it. It's not a worldly business. And then I have lots of people in United States, and I know there. Richard, if you have listened at that episode, Richard's mother was into a spiritual church, so that I come to know that there is spiritual churches. So I should maybe have talking to Richard much more about spirits, but I didn't have so very much experience of it in that time. But maybe he could understand what I was talking about. And then I have many listener. There is a listener I can't tell that is faithful people in Brussels, Belgium, that every time I place an episode, there is some people download immediately the episode. So I thank you for that. And to my surprise, is it lately it have coming listener from Moscow in Russia, and I don't believe that you are to spy. I think you want to know, because there is people that believe in God in Russia. It's not, Russia is not Putin. That you should know. You should not hate Russia people, because all people from Russia or inside Russia is not Putin. So we act in love. We love our neighbors. We love or if we have it as an enemy, but we should not be mean to people that have another tradition, another culture, another religion, another way to live their life, even if we don't always love what they are doing, but we should love them as a human, a creation of God. Though everyone is our brother and sister. And then I have Multan. I don't know where it is, but it is in Pakistan, and I am going to look at it in the map and read a little about Multan. It's maybe wrong say this. And then I have listener in Athens, and that's Greek, and that's nice, because on my father's side he is the lineage on my father's side is Greek, and
And then I have Dijon in France. And I am so very bad in French, speaking French. I was in a class to learn me to speak French, and it was fun, but was not fun in that time. My teacher, she said to me that I was in a school where we learn how to take care of a home and like a farm. And she say when I couldn't pronounce the French languages, the words, that she say, I suggest that you go into the garden and work there and learn how to take care of a garden. She'd say, today is it like symbolic saying that she say I should work in the garden? That's a holy place, the garden. So I tried once to could speak French, but I can't. And then I have a country that can maybe speak French, and that is Ajax in Canada. I don't know where it is, and those places I name here. I'm going to check it out where you live on the map, and then it's see what it says about your city, and that's the good thing with the Google. I use Google Map, that I can like walking around in the city, so I can see it really like it is today. That I like. So I have made a decision now that I will walk in those city I have say here. I'm going to walk and look at it. I have been in Dublin on the map, and I was on my way to Dublin, Ireland, to visit there for real. Take a flight to Dublin, and it was when the pandemic, the COVID-19 came, and why I wanted to visit Dublin, Ireland. It was because for many years ago, I was in on a website about those people that is psychic, that can hear from what they say, dead people. But I come to know that this is not a good website, because they say that it was good to get connection with spirits by doing drugs, smoke hashish and heavy stuff. So I didn't want to be there with these people that do a wrong way to find out those spirits, and that's not how it works. It can never be so perfect into the spirits to do drugs, because you open up doors for evil things to come also, and then you don't know who is talking when you are full of drugs.
inside you, you don't know, you can't know the difference, and you open up evil things in that way, because the evil things love drugs. So that is a way to pull to you evil things, trouble things, death. So that's not the way to go. But it was someone. It's have been on the internet, like someone coming through, and I know in my spirit that this is a person that is right, and it's sent from God as a tool for God to speak to us. He can use whatever, not only living things, he can use idioms, like he can, a vase, for example, a bottle, not with alcoholic, and he can use a car, because with it's coming a person, and the person can be a messenger from God, and it was this that someone, and I don't know the name, it was like it's pop up on my screen, and that someone told me to write my birth number on, and give her, that she could tell on my when I was born and what year and these things. She could tell who I was, and I did it. It's more like fun to do it. I'm curious what the answer gonna be, but this was serious answer I got back, and she wrote me that I apologize to you that if I hurt you by telling you that you have been a man before in your life. You have lived many lives, she told me, and all of those lives have been men. And then she say that I have been a druid in Ireland or Wales. She's saying there that I was a druid, and in the year of 600, about 600, and I look it up, and it was Ireland. The druid was working there. His druid was like preachers, maybe a little more magic, and also some mix of it, but a wise man. And I was thinking that I want to see those druid places in Ireland, and I was thinking I should take a flight to Dublin when I was free from my illness, that I was okay, just 2019, and but it never happened. And I maybe will come to Dublin one day. I maybe take a flight. But it is hard to come to Dublin from here. I go from Copenhagen airport and fly to Dublin. I think I have to change airplane. I don't think we have a directly flight to Dublin from here, from Copenhagen. So she said that, and when she wrote me this, I understood what have happened in my life. That every time I hear music from Ireland, special when Irishmen are happy, la 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 la. When I hear that song, I get so much feeling in my heart. That's an answer from the past inside me, that I longing so much for Ireland. I don't know, like me as a woman, why I should love Irish songs so much. But it is this, and she say druid in 600, and that's where there were druids in about that time. And I get this when I hear about Ireland and those songs I hear. I have many Irish songs stored on Spotify, and when I hear it, it's like a long longing for Ireland. It's deep. It's very deep inside me. So it have coming with this the spirit and my soul, because the soul is the feeling, the emotional. So it's coming with this placed inside me from the beginning, because the soul is coming with the body. And there is, as I have PhD in psychology and am interested of the brain and the body also, that we have cell memories. We have cells that pick up and go forward into our children, those building up, because a child is building up inside us of the cells that is from us, cell by cell, and it's coming memories that we have into that child. So in some way it's very complicated, so I don't want to talk about it so much. But we have a cell memory, and that is also the DNA together with the cell memory. And so I understood that why I was so much into not only that my mother told me that men was much better than women, that we women should serve the man, but that's come from her, those things. And
and it make me thinking that I wanted to be a man. And I have so much interest of to be a man, but I never did it because I have strong women close to me. So I never did it. But I had, all my life I have been a man in my interest. My first job I wanted to have was to repair cars, and that was no woman in that time that did that work. But I wanted to practice, to learn to how to repair cars, and they say that you can't do it because we don't have any room for you to change your clothes. You can't change your clothes where the men are. So they say we can't give you a place in the school to learn how to repair cars. So that was the first man work I tried to do, and then it was coming the computer things, and I bought me a computer in 1978, and because I was working with nuclear fuels, not nuclear plant, I make fuels to the nuclear plants, and that was also a man job in that time. And then the computer come, and I fall in love with computer, and I wanted to learn about to operate, to make. In that time I maybe was thinking I wanted to do games on computers, and I go to the school, and I was the only girl in that class. It was only men, and first when I come to the school, there was a man that should help me to find my classroom, and he walked with me and showed me a classroom, and there was only women in the classroom, and that was to be a secretary, to sit and write on computers. And I say, that is not my class, I say to him, and he say, yeah, that's your class, he said. So I have to open up the paper I had got from where I should be, and I show him, and then he be very surprised, and then he took me to the classroom, and I was the only woman there. And it was the same when when I had my boyfriend with me, and we should buy computers, e-teams, and in the store they always talk to him, and he was telling them in the store that it's not me, I don't know anything about computer, it's she that is the expert of computers. So when this woman say that I have been man before, I be shaken up. We can say I wake up to understand that that's me. I have been a man in other lives. So Jesus, as a, if it's true or if it is symbolic saying, but he was the first one that come back from death. But he was long before me. But then there is people that are coming back. He was not the only one. He was the first, Jesus. Not the only one. There have been many, and I know it because when I was in that Swedish church, I was helping people to understand, because I didn't knew it in that time that I had a spirit. When the psychic person, that the leader in this church, when she took the spirit to come through from her, the spirit was going into me, and the psychic person, she couldn't explain and know why the spirit was saying these things to a person. But I could tell these people what it was about. So the spirit was inside me and explained for them, and they understood. It was so much like shock over that I could tell. And what I was thinking today, it was this about my mother. I walk away from this spirit church because people was paying. I was paying to that church to hear what the spirit was saying, and it was only spirits from me, spirits that want to talk to me. So those other people be angry, and those people that come and was psychic, they say, I try to ignore these people that is coming, because it's coming for to talk to you. They say it to me, and I ignore them. But then they were so pushy, and they force them, this psychic, to talk to me from the spirits. So I had lots of spirits wanted to talk to me in that time. It was about 2008, like that, and I have to go away from it because people be angry because they were paying money. So, but one day the psychic leader say that, talking, she didn't say that it was my mother, but she looked at me, and how that what I get confirmed now from a spirit now that are telling the truth, that the spirit took over her body, the psychic body. The spirit took over because I saw the psychic did the same thing that my mother did. The way how she moved her body, the psychic did the same. And that confirmed, and a spirit confirmed that was showing that the spirit had taken over that body. So what I'm talking about in some episodes, that the spirit have not a body, but it take over one body for people to could see a body and listen to that person. but it is in real a spirit that had taken that body. And that's why we have evil people also. So it is sad that those people in the basic are good people, but the evil spirit have taken over them. A door have been opened to this body, and mostly is it when they are child, or when they're, and very fragile time is when people are teenager. That's where they are going into those bodies and go evil people, but they are not from the beginning. My mother come through, and it was in that time I have painkiller medicine, and they were very strong in that time, and I was late to the meeting in the church, so I quickly took some medicine, and then I ate something to not only have the medicine in me, because I have not eaten for some hours, and I took what we have here in Sweden. We have shrimps salad. It's shrimps, boiled shrimps with mayo together like that. So it's very greasy. So that was good to eat, as it was greasy. And then I come to the church, spirit church, and my mother say that inside the psychic, she bowed down like, I want to talk to you like this. She did my mother inside this other woman, and she say that you should not eat shrimps, she say, and that was not what I was telling when I come to the church, that I have eaten shrimp salad. I didn't do that. It was nothing that I have said. And the psychic woman, she said that, but she acted like my mother when she was saying it. And then I was wondering why she say that, and the answer was not clear. First of all, was it, or the spirit is on me so much here now. It's my mother that is coming through, because I talk about her. My mother was always fasting, tried to lower her weight the whole time, and she don't like that I eat greasy food. So that was one thing that she maybe say, but then in another way she should have said shrimp salad, but she say only shrimp. Then I have thinking about it the whole time since then, from time to time, and the shrimps is a basic animal in the sea, and if we
take up all the shrimps, we kill all the shrimps in the sea, there will be suffering and starving to death of many sorts of animals in the sea. So now, when I have many friends that is Jewish, that is coming this, that God is telling that they should not eat shrimps or animals with scale on it, that those crabs, shrimps, they are not eating it in the Jewish, because in Torah it says that you should not eat shrimps. And then I was wondering today when I come to remember what my mother say, that that maybe is what God was telling in the Torah, that you should not take those basic, like the foundation of the religions, that the foundation, that the beginning, and like Peter, he was a rock, the foundation of what was said in the old time. You should not take away that or do shortcut on it. And that is the answer, because I have talked about it in another episode, that those animals they talking about in Torah, it's not animals literally, is symbolic for other things. So that's, I maybe have talking about those about the shrimp in that episode. I was talking about animals as symbolic talking and not literally. And the swine, like I say, that a swine, a pig, a pork is not about the meat of the animal. It's about people that act like swine, act like pig, that we should not eat. We should not eat. We don't eat them, but we should not be together with them. That's what I understand that talking about. That those that read the Torah and other holy books, that is holy books for that religion, they take everything literally, but it is not literary, because it's a spirit talking, and the spirit talking is not about what is growing on earth or what live on earth in animals. It's a symbolic, and it's a picture of something else that they have with the spirit to do. But they read it like earthly understanding, and not understanding from heaven. And then is it today the Easter, and it is many religions that have this with Jesus on the cross. It's all kind. I say I take it back to religion, but many forms of one religion. There, like Christianity, they have this cross, but it's many different way
of beliefs in Christianity. But it is with the cross, Jesus on the cross. They place it and they do it just now as idol. Place that cross with Jesus on as an idol. They worship that cross, and the cross. I have been to Christian people that make those cross, and they hold it like there is the idol eaten for them, the cross. And I have said that before, but when I say it before, it's worth to say it again, because I know that many of you don't listen at all the episodes, and you don't listen to a full episode. That's why I have cut out where the spirits is talking, because you are too late. It's a hard word, but it's true that you are too lazy, too busy, too stressed to could listen on a full episode and not come to know me, the source of this episode. The source is me and God. And if you want to know God, you have to know me. So you take away that, and you can't understand what I'm talking about fully. It's the same as the Bible, for example. You can't know God by reading the New Testament only. There's many today that take away the Old Testament, but the whole Bible is both the Old Testament and the New Testament. They should go together, or else you can't know God. And I'm talking about God today, what He's saying today. And the cross is a murder weapon. Why should you worship a murder weapon? Because Jesus was alive when they put him on the cross, and he died because he was hanging on the cross or a pole. Sometimes they say it was not a cross, it was a pole. And I am more into believe that it was a pole and not a cross. So that's so wrong to worship a cross and have it hanging around your neck, a cross, and some have the cross with Jesus on. It doesn't matter, because both are wrong. And the Easter is nothing I celebrate anymore, because it's a product about to kill a person. Is it about to kill? And we know today that I know today that there is people coming back from death. I have met them, but I have not talked about it because it belonged to the subject UFO, and UFO and religions, mostly they are not go together. It's against each other. So I can't talk about UFO, but if you want me to talk about my meeting with aliens and UFO, and I only that you have to write me about it, that you want to hear. But I tell you that the first time when God was talking to me in 2000, I asked him, because I have been abducted of the aliens and been in a spaceship, and so I asked God. I could ask him all kind of questions when he was there and talking to me, but it was like I should ask God about it, like someone make me ask, because it was not inside my mind. It come from my mouth, and ask God, what is it this with aliens, a spaceship, what is that? I ask God, and God answered me that is the people of the future. When God is talking, mostly he don't talk so much. It can be one sentence, it can be one word, and you understand everything in one word. So he said that to me, and today I understand it more clearly, that because sometimes is it like I get a message that I should turn on my television, and when I turn on the television there is a message for me in a program, and it's documentary programs or technical programs. And one time there was about the universe, and it was when I got the message that I should turn on the television. I didn't know what was on television because it was almost in the night, and there was about universe, and the science people, those people say that the past is coming back in some, one day. The past is coming back, they say, and that's a message that I needed to get, and but they explain it also, that all sounds that is coming from our planet, it have to take place somewhere, and it's bouncing from planet to planet, and one day it's turned back to our planet, and that's why they have this big discs listen out in the universe, that the media want it like romantic, talking about they want to hear sounds from aliens or another planet or living things. But in one of this that they want to hear, it's they hearing from our past here on our planet, and that is also about these black holes. They telling that if they try to make it so they can have some camera or something going into these black holes to see what's inside, but those researchers, they say that going into those black holes, there will be that we going back to our past. Everything that have going on this planet, all the people, everything that have been in the past, it's going to be stored there in the black holes. That's why they are so very interested of the black holes. So the researchers, the science, is telling us, if we listen or if we are awake, they want to know our past, not what they can read in books. They want it to come back for real. So that's is maybe interesting for some of you that is interested in universe, planets, this. And I am not into planets and universe and these things, but that this message I have got, that I have picked up, that God want me to know, or those aliens that is coming back here and talking to us here, but they look like human. And I tell you that this night I have visit of aliens. It was full moon, and I was out and look, because it was something that said to me that I should look out. And it was very strange this night, because it was full moon, but the moon was on the sky very, very low. So it seems like it was not a moon. It was a big bright light, looking like, because my brain, I have talked about it, the brain can pick up what the brain knows. So my brain knows how a moon look like, but in real it maybe look something else, but it was a big light, and it come to be a moon in my brain. But I wake up this night because it was a dark thing that was walking. I have always my computer on. I don't turn it off. I always have it. I have it, my computer, as a night light in my room, and suddenly in the night I wake up because it was a black thing that stood in the way of the light. I had my face to my computer, so I can sleep even if there is a bright light from the computer. And suddenly it was black. It was something that was between me and the computer. And I wake up because of that. Because my brain registered it was something different from the light. It was total, massive, dark, and it was formed like a person. And I knew that I had visitors from like aliens that did. And then when I wake up in this morning and should change clothes, then I saw I have scraped marks on my body that I can't have done it because it was under my clothes, under my night clothes. that I couldn't reach, but it was new, fresh scratch marks that almost, I have not checked out everything because it's on on places on my body that I can't reach to see. It's behind my back, and I have to look in the mirror to see how much scratch marks I have. So I know they were here. But I'm not frightened about them because I know who they are. They are this. This is also the ancestor is coming back. I know it now that, but they. I assume if I can guess about it, I think there is body parts that have been changed. Those the bodies have is made of things that can't be destroyed when they are traveling in a spaceship. They need to have it. They can't be like human bodies. They can't, because being like a human and go so very fast in the space, that's impossible. We should die of that speed that have to be, so that those are like robots, and they have told me that they have no soul. They are not have no soul, and they try to find a soul inside us. That's what they are. They are not against us. They are not want to have any war or destroy us. They want to know the secret about our heart. They have told me that. They want to know how we can love. So we have to be careful to treasure. It's confirmed now of a spirit very much. We need to treasure our heart and the love we have inside us. So we should not poison it. We should not place toxic things to kill our heart, kill our soul. We need to be careful what we are doing and what people we are together with. Even if they are our family, we need to go away from them. Of course, we can go and celebrate things with them, but we should not live with them and be close every day to them that we know it's not good people, because they can toxic and poisoning our heart and may kill our soul. That's what the message I get from these aliens in their way to find out how we can have a soul, because they don't have that soul, because they don't have a body. The soul is coming with a body. The spirit, it's that we receive, but the soul, it's coming with a body, and they don't have a body. So I hope you understand. I have this spirit that is here. It wanted me to tell you a little more about UFO. I can't help it, because I am, they are with me, and maybe is it a spirit that is here that is from this night and wanted me to take talking about them. Mm. It have been both my mother and this alien. I come to know that they use no reflection color. That's our military is researching about, to have fibers that is no reflecting color on it. So taking that fiber on them, they should be hard to see them. And that's what the alien have find out. That's why they can hide. It's not about the spaceship is, you see the spaceship is on in the sky, and suddenly they are in another place on the sky, in the sky, but that's not. It's about that they have one side that is no reflecting color, so they turn the no reflecting color to us when they see that we are looking at them, and then it's someone else far away that have that side where we can see them. So they maybe are thousands of them in the sky, but all of them have this. Maybe they don't have the fiber on the spaceship, of course, not that they have the metallic, that is no reflection. And that my daughter's father explained for me. He don't believe in UFO, but when I talk about it, that I have seen aliens in our room, and I say that I try to look at them and see how they look like, but I only see the form of them. I didn't see any details. And then he told me that they were coming with no reflection, color or fiber or something. They can do that. So he make me understand that. So I that's this that is here is not God. It's some invisible being. It's not like God, because God move in a different way, but this make me do it. So I will ask him to leave my home. Yeah, you make me talking about you and your people, and it's hard. It can make damage for me when I'm talking about. Now he's saying, but you should tell the truth. He's saying to me. But I say the same thing as Jesus said to his disciple in John 16 and 12. And there is much more I want to tell you, but you can't bear it now. And that's the same here, that people think that I put up something, that I lie to them because I'm talking about UFO now, and then they disappear from me because you made me talk about you and your people. I know you were here in the night, and it seems like you still are here, or some um, after you have left something here that was from you in the night. It can be that also. That's why I don't see a body. Or what kind of body you have. That's why I don't see it, because you left behind you some stuff that is picked up of me, because I have been talking to you before in my life for a long time ago, before God. Before God you come first, and was doing things in my life. And so something is it with you and God. I don't know if it you I got a shock in my brain now. Something something is going on, because I say that God, it seems like when God was telling me this, that they were the people of the future, it seems like God didn't show that he, or say that he didn't like the question. He answered me the question, and he thought it was not stupid to ask that. So something is it with God and alien also. And it's so sad because the devil have separated aliens from God and God from aliens. So people that is interested in aliens, they don't believe in God. And those that believe in God, they don't believe in aliens. And it's split up. And it seems it should not be split up. We should take everything that we have so much around us that we can't see, but they affect us. So I'm sorry that it come up, but like he said, that's the truth. So I have to let it be, this recording, and you it's in everything that I have talking about. You have to make your own decision if you want to believe or if you don't want to believe in it. And I'm very happy if you can write me what you think, and what question to me. I want to know what you as a listener want me to talk about in my life. There is things that I maybe have not in my priority in my brain, but there is experience of God and things that have told me and have shown me that I can pick up from my brain if you ask me. So I don't want to wish you a happy Easter because I don't celebrate Easter. I want to say a very blessed day for you. I hope you get a blessed day today, or night. And you know God loves you and I love you too.